So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
No. Check. Patriot.
Here's Rudolph. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Again, it's Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
56.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A handoff. It's Murray. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first and 10, Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to bury him for a loss of 11. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a give. This is Murray. And not a whole lot. Him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough third and long coming up. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just for me just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Right through it. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Detroit!
Now a pitch out to Michel. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Michel. And he'll take 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hot.
Looking to throw. Parks. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This is Murray. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Gun!
Rudolph looking to throw. He's got Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
What? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and length.
They run with Murray. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Gun!
10th carry of the game now. Murray. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Back to throw, Rudolph. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside Let's find out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On 1st down, Parks. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. Parks will check this one down to Michelle. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
From the end zone, Rudolph. Evans has it left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit and get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. Flush to his right. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Murray. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. A run, it's Murray. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Gone, 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 gone.
Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off-play action. Parks. He'll buy some time right. Incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Watch it now, Barney.
Off the play fake. Parks. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the gun on third down. Parks. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it. And now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They go back to Murray on first down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Rudolph off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feed, and that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Here we go now. Green.
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. Off play action. Parks sliding out of the pocket. Over the middle, Dorsett. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Throwing on 1st down. Parks. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Murray. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Parks. And he's got his man on the out route. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Back to throw. Parks. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
And they will run it with Michelle. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Sony Michel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka adds the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. They will send this one away. Red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy. Not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Detroit!
Rudolph on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go now.
Rudolph. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Detroit! 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Rudolph. Hard throw, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They begin with Michel on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Parks. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. To Michel on the dump off. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Parks. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
All right, now,
Excellent
56,
pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week, as he's got a first down as well.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing on 1st down. Parks finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
No, check, Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the foot.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Packers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Rudolph now to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Here's Rudolph. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to throw. Parks got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
A give. This is Michelle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Michelle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Packers going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Carolina, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, time as they drop to 2-1.